My advice to you, there's going to be a day, or if there hasn't already, that Turnbaugh comes into class and she's going to give you guys a speech about how if you get started on your paper now and you stay caught up, everything will be fine and dandy and you'll get your paper done with plenty of time to spare. Listen. Seriously, listen. It's going to save you so much stress in the long run because, here, realistically, you're going to fall into one of two categories. You'll either be the student that listens and gets their paper done and finished and not really stressed out about it all that much, or you're going to be the student that thinks, well, hey, I've got plenty of time, I'll just start it this weekend, or hey, I've got months, I'll start it next week. Don't do that. Seriously, you're going to stress yourself out if you're in that second category, I promise. Another thing, help people out. Help your friends out, make new friends, and help them out too, because really everybody needs a little bit of support through this whole senior paper ordeal. And your new friends can help rip your paper apart. And I know that sounds horrible, but trust me, it's going to help you out in the long run so much more. This year, hopefully, you'll be starting your first year of college or whatever else you decide to do, but either way, you're going to be starting life in the real world, you know? And this paper is really just another task that you need to finish in order to get there. You just need to make sure you find the right balance between fun and getting work done. And keep graduation in mind as a motivator too, because you guys are all so close to being finished.
My advice to the seniors would be to do your senior paper in intervals, so that way you don't end up doing your senior paper the night before it's due, and you're staying up all night rushing, and you need someone to edit it or something, and people aren't awake to do it. So keep doing it in intervals, and it'll make your life like 10 times easier.
Don't procrastinate till the night before, because then your work isn't going to be as good as you thought it was going to be or actually want it to be. And then you're going to be dead tired the next day, and it's just going to be awful. Read your books, because not everything is on Spark Notes, and Miss Turnbaugh knows what books are on Spark Notes, and it's hard to analyze a text that you don't know anything about. When people edit your paper, make sure you make those changes right away, because then it feels like you're turning your paper in last minute and the process gets dragged out.
When you're an editor and someone asks you to edit your paper, make sure you do a good job, because that person is asking for your help to make their paper better, and your name is also going on their paper as who edited it. So if Mr. Turnbaugh sees that you didn't do a good job editing and finds all these mistakes, he's not going to accredit you as much for being a good editor. Listen to us when we're giving you this advice, because we're trying to help you, and if you take our advice, it'd make your life a lot easier, so that way you're not rushing around to get your senior paper done and then it's late.
Hi, my name is Louisa May Alcott. I was a 19th century American novelist. I was born November 29, 1832, which also happens to be my father's birthday. My father was Amos Bronson Alcott, and he was a famous transcendentalist. Although he was famous, our family lived a life of poverty due to the fact that he cared more about how we conform to his social theory, transcendentalism, than our well-being. I did not receive a formal education, but received instruction from our family friends such as Ralph Waldo Emerson and Nathaniel Hawthorne. Hello. Began writing informally for Emerson's daughter Ellen, and that later became my first published novel, Flower Fables. I was determined to help my family get out of poverty and accomplish that with my most famous novel, Little Women. In the majority of my novels, I write about my personal experiences and talk about gender roles.
My name is Nathaniel Hawthorne. I was born on July 4th, 1804. When I was little, I played outdoors by myself a lot due to the death of my father. I was the first to attend college in my family, where I attended Baldwin College with Henry Wadsworth Longfellow and Franklin Pierce. I married Sophia Peabody and have 4 beautiful children named Julian, Moses, Una, and Rose. My good friend Herman Melville dedicated his masterpiece Moby Dick to me. From 1853 to 1857, my friend President Pierce appointed me to an American Council in Liverpool, England, a place that inspired a new book, The Marble Fawn. The novel, The House of Seven Gables, was based on my family's history of my great-great-grandfather being involved with the Salem witch trials. I died of a lingering illness on May 19, 1867, in Plymouth, New Hampshire.
Well, hello. My name is Aldous Huxley. I'm sure you're extremely excited to hear about my life, and honestly, you should be. I'm an interesting guy, really. I was born into a prominent English family in 1894. My family was full of teachers and writers, so it was only natural that I went into the same business, you know. Education was stressed within my family, and I did well throughout all the boarding schools that I attended. I wanted to study medicine. Then a tragic event occurred that changed my original plans. I developed an eye disease called keratitis punctata that caused complete blindness. I dropped out of school and decided to pick up Braille. I got a fourth of my vision back in one of my eyes, and I was able to see with the help of a magnifying glass. I changed my dreams and focused more on writing. Honestly, I wrote about the good stuff. You know, drugs and women. Basically how they make the world go round. And that with those two and a few other things combined, we could live in utopia. Pretty great, right? But anyways, before I leave you all, I figured I'd give you some words of wisdom from yours truly. Don't forget that it is with bad sentiments that one makes good novels. Well, yes, I think that's about all for now. Goodbye.